All right. Chelsea Erickson, you're the first person I can see. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear and see me okay? Awesome. Okay, we had to change up our internet a bit, so I just wanted to make sure things were good to go. Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, first of all, for jumping on this call, you guys. It's so good to see some faces. We've got some people on the phone, so I'll do my best to just explain verbally as I show you a few things. But basically, I like to host kind of a live call once a month for new coaches just to see some faces, and so you can see me. This business is not some big fancy thing that you might think. Like, I'm in my little 700 square foot home in my pajamas with my crazy hair, and I'm probably gonna go watch Netflix after this. This business is real, and I like to show you that too. Like, I'm a real person. So even though some of the information we might go over quickly here might be some stuff you probably know already, I just like to go over it, one more time to make sure you know that these are the basic steps to get started. You don't have to go out and start a blog and go out and talk to 500 people. Like, it's just the basic things that you need to focus on to get you started, and then the rest of the stuff will come. When I signed up to be a coach, I actually didn't even know what coaching was, and I had signed up. So I went to buy a Beachbody program, and I'm just gonna put my chair down. I went to buy a Beachbody program and found the coaching tab and told Steven, I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. So I bought Body Beast. He convinced me to sign up. Then I bought Shakeology. So I literally paid the maximum amount you can pay to sign up to be a coach, because I did everything separately because I didn't know. And then after, didn't even know who I was signing up with, nothing. Got randomly placed, and it worked out rather nicely. But I didn't know anything about it when I signed up. So that's why I like to have these new coach calls, to just show you, like, it all comes together. Okay. So I am going to, where is it? Share screen. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to flip my screen here. Chelsea, can you see that still? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Just going to make this a little bit bigger. So these are the topics we're going to go over quick here. We're only going to talk, probably we'll be on here for like 20 minutes, not long. I know you got stuff to do. And I've got a call with my diamonds after this. Every Tuesday we do diamond date night. So that's something you can look forward to as you advance in your business as well. So if I look down, I've got my notes here just so I don't forget anything, okay? All right, let's dive in. So when you are a new coach, the first thing you want to really invest into is the new coach training. If you're my personal coach, you know that I use the online training website. If I'm not your personal coach, if they're on our team, they still may use the online training website, or they may run a training group like in a Facebook group. And that's what I used to do. I just recently moved it to online. It's all the same information. You just want to make sure you chat with your sponsor coach and figure out, okay, what's my new coach training? So that's the first thing you really want to dive into, okay? Second thing, in the new coach training, you'll come across lots of information, but the main things are what Beachbody calls vital behaviors. And if you're going to focus on anything, it should be these three things. And I'm going to put them in the order that I personally think they're the most important, okay? So the first one is personal development. To me, that's what this business rises and falls on. That's when the real successful people emerge, and that's when the other people don't quite make it and give up before they really see the success, is personal development. Now, I don't mean reading like some boring inspirational book that you have to like struggle to get through. I mean finding something that really speaks to you, like what makes you fired up. And books are great, like they're okay. I'm not like a huge reader. I enjoy it, but I'm not like gung-ho on it by any means. I love audio. So podcasts to me are the best invention ever made, because I can do other shit while I listen at the same time. I like multitasking, right? So the two podcasts I listen to right now are The Chalene Show, and also one called Women Wanting More. Those are two of my favorites right now that I'm listening to. But if you Google like any topic you want, there'll be podcasts on it. So personally, that's what I like listening to, are old training calls. That Team Beachbody has their own podcast app that has all the national wake-up calls and old summit presentations. anything like that, I prefer listening to. So number one is personal development. Number two is being proof of the product. So what that means is basically not being a hypocrite, right? The reason I started this business is because I wanted to be better myself and then pay that forward to other people. So, you know, if I'm not personally working on myself, how can I expect my challengers and my team to be personally working on themselves too? You know what I'm saying? So making sure you are doing what you expect of others, and realistically, you're your business. So if you're in a slump, your business is going to be in a slump. If you're thriving and working on yourself and growing, your business is going to grow too. So that's how I see it. And then number three of the vital behaviors is inviting. So I don't mean like, come buy Turbo Jam from me or posting your link on your Facebook wall. That's not what I mean. I mean sharing. I mean opening up, you know, on social media or how in person when you're having conversations with people and really sharing what you're doing, okay? Nobody knows you're a coach. Nobody knows you're working out. Nobody knows, I'm just gonna mute everybody, sorry. Nobody knows what you're doing unless you share, right? And that's one of the mistakes I know I made at the start. I'm like, nobody's interested. And then my coach told me, she's like, well, I went to your page and I can barely tell you're a coach or you have challenge groups or anything. So how are people going to be interested in you and what you're doing? So just making sure you're being open and sharing. That's what inviting is, okay? All right, so we got new coach training, vital behaviors, social media. So I wanted to cover this because this is kind of a question I usually get sometimes from new coaches is they're nervous to open up on social media. And I get it. I started this business as a new teacher. I started it. Somebody told me I should clean up my Facebook and get rid of all my friends because I was going to be a teacher. So I'm like, yep, that's what I'll do. And then the next month I became a Beachbody coach. I'm like, shoot, now I have like under 100 friends. I went from like 200. I wasn't a big social media guru, but to like under 100. So I'm like, okay, that's all right. I never posted on social media. I mainly used it to just like check in with people. I was the last in my group of friends at Facebook. I just got Snapchat because Steven finally made me get it. I have him and his sister on Snapchat. I have Instagram. I've never had Twitter in my life. So know that you don't have to be a social media guru. You don't have to be, you know, having a social media background of posting. I didn't start until I became a coach. And basically how I suggest starting is just sharing sharing your life. Yeah, you're going to have a few posts that you think about a bit more and put some more time in, but people just want to see you. Okay. And that's how I would start. Don't overthink your posts and think they're going to take so much time. They shouldn't take that much time if you're just sharing your daily life. And you might think your life is boring because I think my life is very boring. People are still interested in what you're doing and you have knowledge to share. Okay. All right. So number 4 is challenge groups. Now, most of you have probably been in a challenge group before or are just starting to apprentice in a challenge group. I had no idea what a challenge group was when I signed up. So my first challenge group was actually the apprentice one where I invited a couple girlfriends and we did it together. But you'll find that this is kind of the basis for your business. So you're going to apprentice in the one with your coach. They're going to kind of teach you how it works, right? And that's kind of where you change lives. That's probably where your life was changed. So you've got your challengers in there, you're helping them succeed. And that's kind of the basis. I find then I ask my challengers, okay, do you want to pay this forward and do what I do? Most of my coaches come from challengers, but actually just recently, a lot of them are coming from non-challengers, which is totally cool because then they apprentice. That's their first challenge group, and that's okay too. But know that challenge groups are kind of like the strong point of your basis. So I really encourage you to run at least one a month. Do your apprentice one, and then after that, I would suggest either running one by yourself or pairing up with other coaches. So what I did initially was just pair up with some other coaches and host it after that until I was comfortable to fully run one on my own. Okay. All right. So Success Club and Success Starters. I'm sure you've heard us talk about it in our team page and you've seen the banners about Success Club. So what Success Club is, I basically say it is like a 3 lives club. You're changing 3 lives at least each month because a challenge pack is 2 Success Club points, okay? A Shaco on HD is 1, but most people do challenge packs. So 3 of those would equal Success Club 6. So technically Success Club 5, right? So that is your goal each month. It's kind of like a non-negotiable goal of a business building coach is to help 3 people each month, okay? So that's your goal. And each month, Beachbody rewards you with that. Each month, there's some kind of Success Club prize, okay? If you hit Success Club 5 or 10, 12 months in a row, you get recognized as a Success Club All-Star. If you hit it 2 years in a row, so 24 months, you're a legend. So it's basically, it's treated kind of as the #1 determiner of coach success. They've tracked numbers, they've tracked income, they've tracked everything. And the common thread is this coach hits Success Club consistently. You're constantly helping 3 new people each month. That means you're growing, okay? And what they've recently implemented is something called Success Starters. So if you hit Success Club your first month, say you signed up halfway through the month, that can be your first month or the following. If you earn Success Club that first month, you are going to get an email and invited to a private conference call with CEO Carl Deichler, and it's like one of the best calls ever. So that's your first month. And then your second month, you want to hit Success Club. And then if you hit Success Club your first 3 months in a row, you earn a free ticket to Beachbody Summit in Nashville, which is nuts because #1, it's sold out. So literally Success Starters are the only people that get to go now. And #2, it's worth like $300, well, more than 300 Canadian, but about $300 US. So it's a huge, huge deal. So you definitely, want to put your focus on that too, because Summit will change your life. All right. So that was #5. Okay. Last one was #6, an Emerald. So this is kind of, Success Club is your main goal as a new coach, but one of the other main goals is advancing to an Emerald coach kind of as quickly as possible. And what an Emerald coach is, if you haven't learned about it in the new coach training yet, is it basically just means, just like you joined me or you joined your sponsor coach, 2 people are going to join you. Okay, so my first 2 coaches, my first coach was actually my dad because he started drinking all of my Shakeology when I first got it because I still live with them. I was like, Dad, no, this isn't going to happen. I'll sign you up. You can be a discount coach and you can get your own Shakeology. So he's still one of my discount coaches. So he signed up. And then one of my girlfriends that did the challenge group with me decided to sign up and build the business as well. So those are my first 2 coaches. You've got 1 on each side. I won't dive into it hardcore right now because you'll learn about it in the training. But basically it's 2 coaches on each side and you become an Emerald coach. It's the first advancement and you really get to start taking advantage of the income that Beachbody offers. So right now you would just earn income off a commission, but once you're an Emerald coach, you get to start earning income a second way, which is through team cycle bonuses. And that'll be in the new coach training under the Emerald lesson on my online training. You'll see it there too. So you want to get to that point really as quickly as possible. So those are your 2 main goals. You're in your coach apprentice group. You pick 3 people to help. That gets you in Success Club. And then you're focused on getting to Emerald as well. Okay. So, oh yeah, I forgot about this graphic that I want to show you. I'm going to just show you in my online office so you can actually see. So if you go to your online office and you log in, it takes you to your home page and it usually lands on this Success Club in the middle, right? So it shows you where you're at. My Shaco's going through today, so this should show up and I should be good. But there's also this tab called the Leadership Ladder. And I swear Beachbody invented this for me, but not really, but seriously. Because I was always, the only way to measure people's success was through rank. And I'm like, no, that's not what makes people successful. You could have a diamond coach that makes $100 a week, and you can have a diamond coach that makes $1,000 a week. So I'm like, people need to understand what the difference is here so they know what to focus on. And that's where the leadership ladder comes into play. So if you click here, it'll take you to a PDF where it explains what everything is. So basically, when I said you want to reach Emerald, that is AKA, also known as a team builder, okay? So yes, you're an Emerald coach, but there are 5 other things that you focus on that show your success in that rank. So you're hitting Success Club 5, you have 2 personal coaches with Success Club points, you have 200 volume in total, and you're earning at least 250 in commission a month. So what this basically says is, just because you're an Emerald coach doesn't mean you're going to be successful, or whatever your level of success is. It's you know what I mean? Like, it's a broad view right now, but basically it kind of comes into play like at the diamond rank. People think, I'm going to hit diamond, I'm going to make $1,000 a week and quit my job, and no, that's not how it works. Some diamond coaches, absolutely that happens because they've got all these other parts of the leadership ladder. But if you're billed to diamond off of 8 discount coaches, it's probably not going to happen, right? So when you have time, I would suggest reading through this as well, just so you know kind of what you're focusing on. So that, I am so glad they invented that. It just helps people reach success a lot faster because it literally is like a map on how to do it and where you need to put your focus. Oh, how do I stop this? There we go. Whoop. All right. Oh, why did I exit out of that one graphic? Whoops. Where did it go now? There it is. Okay. Sorry. Lost my thing there to recap. Okay. So we talked about those 6 main topics. So 3 main things you want to focus on coming out of this call is basically figuring out, making sure you got your new coach training, right? What are you doing there? Number 2, making sure you're plugged into an apprentice challenge group or some sort of challenge group with your coach, or maybe you're already hosting your own if you've participated in lots before. And then number 3, locking in Success Club for this month, or say you like just signed up this week, maybe you're going to focus on next month. Okay, I'm going to start next month, lock it in. But realistically, I mean, it's November 24th. You could easily lock it in this month. 21-day fix is on sale, and it is the most popular program. So it definitely can happen this month as well. So don't count that out. But those are the main topics I wanted to cover. And if you have any questions, please, please, please ask them below this graphic in our team page, or ask your sponsor coach or anything. The link to my online training, if you want to check it out, you can just go to www.morganriegerfitness.com and go to the team training tab. That's the easiest way to get it. The other link is like a Blogspot link. And I think that is about all I wanted to cover. So again, don't feel overwhelmed. Focus on the basics. I've got some checklists online that are the bomb. I work off checklists because otherwise I end up like browsing Facebook for an hour and I get nothing done, and it's a big waste of time. So if you work from a checklist, I promise you will be so much more effective. So check those out too. Okay, guys? Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're good to go. Awesome. Okay, thank you again for joining me. I've got this recorded. I'll post the recording tomorrow if you need to re-listen. And I hope you all have a wonderful night, okay? We'll see you later.